advice to my younger self or the 20-year-olds. It's only two things. Seek wisdom and wise counsel. Seek wisdom and wise counsel. Be attached to no way, but be attached to wisdom. Wherever it comes from, that will elevate you to your highest self. And wise counsel. People who are around you that are walking the path and who are where you want to be. And the reason why I say people who are walking the path, because it's very important to engage, because it's part of wise counsel, but it's important to engage with people who can hold you accountable, hold you to a strong suit, help you avoid pit stops, give you a different perspective, but they're walking the path with or without you. And it's super important because the people who are going, the people who are where you want to be, you have to pay a large price to be in their presence. The people who are walking the path with you is usually just based on common interest and common goals. So the reason why I say seek wisdom, because I just wrote down it and it just came to me earlier in my journal, that with the right wisdom, winning is inevitable. With the wrong wisdom, or just with lack of wisdom, losing is inevitable. So, and wisdom is so powerful. Usually it's wisdom plus identity. That's why people love religion, because it makes you attached to a God of omnipotent power through the word, which changes your identity. But wisdom is so powerful, even without identity, it can change your identity. The right wisdom is changing your identity. Whether especially if you study the word, you learn it. You study the word, you learn it, you're applying it, because you're applying it. So wisdom is, for me, is how I define wisdom, is knowledge plus action. Knowledge plus action plan. Knowledge plus a action plan or life experience, right? So when you have enough action, anyway, besides the action, it activates the wisdom, right? Because action activates the knowledge. And that's why they say knowledge. That's why I don't believe what they say, knowledge, something about, I forgot how they word knowledge. I'm not in a complete, knowledge is power. I'm not in agreement that knowledge is power. I believe wisdom is power. Knowledge is not power, because I'm a person who sits on a lot of knowledge, but without action, it means nothing. But knowledge, in a lot of ways, changes your decisions. That's one thing I would agree with. That's why I said that's where I would agree with the statement to some extent of knowledge is power, because of my knowledge, I know better. Because of my knowledge, I don't entertain a lot of certain things and a lot of things. Because of my knowledge, I eventually will start making better decisions, whether it be today, tomorrow, next week, next month, because I know better, right? So it's very important to say this again. With the right set of wisdom, winning is inevitable. I did not say it doesn't take a long time. I do not say that it doesn't take you 10 plus years. But I would say wise counsel, including your mentors, because it's very important to understand that You should have people above you, on side of you, and below you. And that wise counsel, in the words of Ty Lopez, the Law of 33, will keep you molded, grounded, and focused. So understanding that will help you understand that when you don't have the wisdom, losing is inevitable. That person is not better than you. That person is not smarter than you, more gifted than you, more talented than you, more life experience than you. He has the wisdom. Knowledge plus action. He knows what to do in certain situations, or in many various situations that will give him a favorite outcome. You don't. So in all that you do, seek wisdom. In all that you do, seek wise counsel. And it could be in books, it could be in courses, it could be in seminars, it could be in link-ups. In all that you do, seek wisdom and seek wise counsel. And I didn't say wise counsel for just validation, but wise counsel to ground you in your path that has general wisdom no matter what the path looks like. Like, in other words, wise counsel doesn't always need your validation. You don't always need validation from. And vice versa. In a sense of saying, wise counsel does not have to agree with your path, but can still give you the principles of success based on the path that you're going, because it's so universal that even if you're going a path he doesn't traditionally agree with, he doesn't understand even, he can say, okay, this is what you desire. Get this book, get this book, get this book, and read this and understand these principles, and you should be generally successful. And because the blueprint is the same, the knowledge is just that you have to now acquire a specified knowledge about the thing you desire. So understanding that, seek in all things, seek wisdom and seek wise counsel. Seek wisdom and seek wise counsel. And again, that doesn't always mean they have to be where you want to be. But seek from people who are walking the path. Seek from people who are pushing through hardship on the path, because one day that will be you in some shape, way, or form. One day that will be you in some transmission, because I think it was Solomon who said, if in all you get understanding. So when you get this understanding, Lauryn Hill said it the best. I'm gonna end the video on this. She said it is better to understand than be understood. When I was in my parents' house, I understood that then. And in many different circumstances, that's very true, because I saw another quote when I moved into my new place that came up over and over and over again. That said, once you understand the game, you don't worry. Meaning, once you know how things run, you don't worry. So it is better to understand than be understood. You don't need people to have a to be under. You don't need to be understood in every circumstance, situation, and process. That's what I meant before by the circumstances of validation. But you have a grand understanding of how things work. You have a grand understanding of how to measure things. That's why when I go to my contract job, I have such an understanding of things. I move a lot different than the young person come in there and you're like, oh, and you're like shocked, and you do a lot of dumb shit. And that understanding graces me with a lot of detachment. That understanding graces me with a lot of, okay. And people see me as weak, but can see it as weak because you give a lot of stuff a pass. But I said it's not worth it, because taking out your sword and being like, yeah, I'm the big bad, whoop, 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 whoop. I said, but no matter how big you prop yourself up, the paycheck is the same, you know? So, yeah, once you understand the game, you don't have to worry.